In the preview for the next NDC edition of The Voice, Nick Jonas declares that he is prepared to compete for a singer. To what extent will he go to ensure that Nick's squad wins? Now that Nick has a complete lineup, it's time to start the sing-offs. Who must appear on The Voice, and for whom will he keep fighting? For more information about new to the show, keep reading this page. Jonas Nick. Fans were devastated when the Jonas brothers split up in 2013. Even though the split was unexpected, many believe it was worthwhile. The long wait for more Jonas Bros music was worthwhile after the reunion in 2019. Will his music making with his brothers be hindered by The Voice? Are they going to feel envious? Nick Jonas doesn't appear to believe that winning The Voice will have a detrimental effect on his position in the brother band and is prepared to continue. You could sense the explosive thrill on the last episode of The Voice when Nick Jonas took the last spot on his team. It is now necessary to make difficult choices. Who will advance to the next round and who won't? Every vocalist has a compelling story and a compelling motive for wanting to perform. How will Nick choose who gets to keep the prize and who has to return home? They didn't come to make it part of the way, but making it this far on The Voice is a significant accomplishment. They came with the intention of staying. Similar to Nick. Nick Jonas, the newest coach on The Voice, has already shown us a lot of fire. We are aware that he will fight to the end and elude others, but what comes next? How good of a coach is he? Or is he simply skilled at selecting talented singers and persuading them to pick him? We already know that the other coaches in the game are competent, but is Nick? We'll see how things work out in the upcoming weeks. Does Nick have a lot of steam, or is he able to support the smack talk? Supporters continue to believe that Nick will bring it home for the squad. In the upcoming years, he might attempt to surpass Blake's record and begin his own winning run. Every season, when The Voice takes center stage, it does more than just showcase up-and-coming vocalists. It intensifies the competition amongst its coaches in terms of strategy, intuition, and unadulterated ambition. This time, Nick Jonas, a coach who isn't satisfied with just coaching up-and-coming vocalists, is the center of attention. Nick has made it quite evident that he is here to win. How far will he go to win? Is the straightforward yet compelling question that permeates the competition. Nick Jonas had a different energy from the time he took the famous red chair. He was focused, contemporary, and really interested in each competitor's artistic abilities. Nick has always had a forward-leaning attitude, in contrast to certain coaches who only rely on nostalgia or established reputations. He competes like someone who knows exactly what it takes to succeed in the modern music industry, thinks like a performer, and listens like a producer. However, there is a discernible change this season. Nick is calculating in addition to coaching. Nick Jonas has already accomplished what many musicians can only imagine: acting roles, international tours, chart-topping success, and recognition across genres. However, The Voice poses a special difficulty. Winning is about creating someone else's moment from the ground up, not about achieving personal renown. And it appears that Nick has a sharper edge now that he has that responsibility. He is much more outspoken in crucial situations, more methodical in his song pairings, and more forceful in his chair turns. Instead of gently guiding a candidate as he once may have, he now pushes, harder, deeper, and with urgency. He wants a contender on his squad, not merely a talented vocalist. Nick is aware that skill is not enough to win this challenge. Storytelling is important. Growth is important. Above all, performance under duress is important. Nick Jonas' knowledge of songcraft is one of his best coaching qualities. He selects content that reveals character rather than just assigning crowd pleasers. He's taking more daring chances this season, delivering candidate songs that push their emotional boundaries, broaden their range, and occasionally even reveal their flaws. Why risk it? Because, according to Nick, true artists aren't created in their comfort zones. His decisions have drawn criticism on multiple occasions. Supporters argue over whether he's going too far or missing opportunities. However, those risks frequently pay off week after week. Team Nick contestants grow as a result of their performances rather than only surviving them. Every round seems like a purposeful phase in a bigger scheme. Nick also doesn't hesitate to make difficult decisions. He doesn't hesitate to select between two exceptional performers. He listens for longevity and sees beyond praise. On a global stage, who can stand? after the show is over, who can develop. That's what makes him unique. Nick Jonas' competitive spirit is more evident than ever, even if The Voice thrives on friendly rivalry. His interactions with other coaches are tense, not hostile, but intense. During fests, he pays great attention to their pitches, counters with accuracy, and occasionally makes light-hearted but incisive comments to make it clear he isn't going to back down. Nick has discovered that a competitor can be influenced by confidence just as much as by experience. He speaks with conviction. He gives out a vision rather than making unrealistic promises, and competitors react to that clarity. It's evident that Nick views this battle as a high-stakes performance behind the scenes. He keeps an eye on every turn the show takes, reviews previous seasons, and adjusts to shifting viewer preferences. For him, winning is the result of preparation and a chance to meet. Nick Jonas' relationship with his team is what really keeps him motivated this season. He spends time talking about identity, nervousness, and the pressure of unexpected visibility in addition to practicing. Many of his competitors talk about how they felt truly understood rather than shaped like someone else. Even in sticky situations, Nick promotes authenticity. He is aware that reality resonates with audiences more than perfection. His vocalists' performances are influenced by this concept, which frequently produces unvarnished, personal, and memorable moments. His secret weapon may be this emotional bond. Supported contestants take greater chances, have greater faith in criticism, and give performances that go well beyond technical prowess. Nick Jonas obviously wants to win, so that's not the true question. What he's willing to give up to get there is the true question. Will he keep making audacious, occasionally contentious choices? Will a candidate be driven to greatness by his high standards, or will they crumble under duress? Nick appears ready to walk the tightrope thus far. Nick Jonas stands out as a coach who refuses to coast as the competition gets more intense and the stakes get higher. Every decision seems deliberate. Each performance seems to be a part of a greater story. Unquestionably, Nick Jonas is changing the definition of what it means to compete for the win on The Voice, regardless of whether he wins the final.